Good morning! Hello everyone! Welcome to the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge number 1. I'm so excited for this morning. Welcome in, welcome in. General Kenobi is here holding down the Star Wars fort for us. Thank you so much, General Kenobi. It's good to see you. See Ted and Robin and our friend Valdair, Ferry, Vincent, Frank, Sam Peterson, the one and only in the house. Ron, Ralph, Philip, Lisa, Chad, Brian. It's so good to see all of you folks. For any of you who don't know me, my name is Voodoo Val, and I'm going to be your instructor this morning and for the next couple of weeks doing the Photoshop challenges. I'm super excited to jump into what we have planned for today because I think it's going to be pretty neat. Yes, hair's back. Hair's back, y'all. Hair's back. Um, um, Hello from Bulgaria. Oh, Dorina, I didn't know you were in Bulgaria. That's awesome. Welcome in. It's good to see you. So yeah, we are going to be jumping into the first challenge for this round of challenges. I am focusing them around like a monster hunter theme, so they are going to be pretty spooky. It's going to be a little scary because it is October. However, if you would like to follow along and you're not really into the whole spooky scene, that is totally fine because you can follow along and learn things in Photoshop that have nothing to do with spooky things and still apply them to regular work. I just like to add a theme to stuff so that we can have kind of a cool, fun, inspirational element to our project if we would like to do that. So I'm going to jump into how you folks can get involved with me, and then we are going to dive into our first challenge. What do you say? All right, so I'm going to pop over here to the Creative Challenge landing page. If you folks are over on YouTube, also please come over to behance.net/live because that is where I am reading the chat, and it is also where all of these helpful links are going to be posted into the chat. So if you could head over here, that would be great. behance.net/live. And the landing page is on behance.net/challenge/Photoshop. You'll know you're in the right place because it will say October 26th to November 6th. This is the current date time frame that we are teaching in. You can hit this big blue button and register for the challenges, which essentially what hitting that button will do is give you the notifications and all of that you will need to know when everything is going live, which is super helpful. You can scroll down here and get a little 1 through 4 on how everything works. Every day we unlock one of these challenges. You can see that we have our first challenge unlocked because yesterday all of these panels were locked. Today we are going to be working on an inspiration board. It says create an inspirational mood board by collecting and organizing related assets, colors, and images. And we're going to go over not only creating a mood board. I'm not just going to be like, hey, here's some images that I put into my mood board. We're going to go hunt for them and search for them and gather them ourselves today because we just had Max last week and we just got wise and privy to a whole bunch of really super cool new things available through Adobe that I want to go over so that you guys can take full advantage of all the awesome resources available. You folks can always come back here and hit watch video if you missed this stream and want to go back and rewatch any key points. And you can always download my files that I create for you by hitting this get started button so that you can work along with me. So, one last thing before we jump into it, you can also join the Discord if you head over to this link right here, bit.ly/PS Discord, making sure that P and S are capitalized will send you to the right server, and you will be able to jump over here. Let me show this to you real quick. I'm gonna pull this up, make sure it is on the current spot, and let me switch over. Ta-da! And oh, it seems somebody went to Twitch TV and dug up some images of me from like 5 years ago. This is actually a point on a live broadcast where I got attacked by a gigantic bug and dove down off of camera and came up with a shoe to protect myself. So thanks, Chad, for for bringing up this gem. You're awesome. I appreciate I appreciate it. But this is where everyone has posted their, is this your cover for the Monster Hunter Challenge? Gosh, this is the covers that everyone has created for their Monster Hunter DCC Challenge. I love it. You guys have done a fabulous job. This is especially really, really cool. This right here is awesome. But I don't want to take up too much time going through them because I want to make sure that we have enough time to dive into all of the different places we're going to go and get resources today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Photoshop because I have my starter file open there. This is the starter file. It's very simple. It just says images, fonts, and colors for these artboards. These are artboards in Photoshop. They are not, it's not an individual, like one single file. I'm gonna kind of close this here so that I can come over and show you folks. If you've never worked with artboards in Photoshop before, your move tool also becomes the artboard tool. So you select your artboards and you can actually add artboards just by clicking the plus button and adding more artboards all over the place throughout your work if you like. If you come over here, you can see that in the layers panel, we have all of these artboards that can be opened and closed. So that you can store things only in each artboard, and you can also know that when you place images and things on one separate artboard, even if they're extra large and they kind of break the borders of that artboard, it will only show on the artboard it's placed in, which is really cool. So we're going to be using artboards for this mood board because that's a cool way that I like to do it. And the first thing we are going to do is we're going to grab some fonts, okay? Now, I know that I really love Montserrat. I use Montserrat for so many different things. I will probably use Montserrat in this particular project. So I'm going to select my fonts artboard here. I'm going to hit T on my keyboard, and I am going to write out, I think you spell it like this. Probably not. I'm gonna come over here because I'm gonna change the font and I'm gonna see how to spell it. Where is Montserrat? Oh, did I do it right? No way. I did. I'm very proud of myself. I have my caps on though. Okay, so I have Montserrat in here. I'm just writing out the font type, name so that I can keep track of it. I know that in other cases, sometimes people may want to write out like Montserrat bold, Montserrat thin italic, you know, like all of these things, which you can do. I have limited time with you this morning, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to find a bunch of fonts that I really like and make sure they are in my fonts board right here. The next thing I'm going to do is we're going to actually go to Adobe Fonts. We're going to look through all of the font finding features that Adobe Fonts has now, just in case some of you have not seen them, because they're really fabulous. So if I pull up Adobe Fonts, we can come over here and there's a lot of things that you can do. We can go into Browse Fonts, and I'm going to use Magic and bump myself over here, because I don't want to block anything. If you look at the Find Fonts page here over on the left hand side, you can actually click by like what it looks like, which is really cool, especially if you're like me and you're not really font savvy. I'm more of a painter and illustrator, even though I do a lot of graphic design and graphic art work. But when it comes to fonts, I'm a little less confident, to be perfectly honest, when choosing them and choosing fonts that work well together. So this is a great way for me to spot what I like, and then kind of click around visually instead of typing in the actual types of fonts because I'm not familiar with those. So if I click, for example, let's click Halloween. Let's see what they have to offer in Halloween. These are cool. Like this saber, this is neat. It's a little fancy for me, but I like it a lot. I like this Banshee. Ooh, that's cool. I like Banshee. I like Ironwood. This New Common looks kind of like the Diablo font, so I'm gonna have to, yep, we're gonna have to try this. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna activate that font, okay, and then let's go, I'm gonna go back and grab maybe a few more. There's a few different pages of this. That one also, this one might be the actual Diablo. I think this is the Diablo font for real. Okay, yeah, that one's that one's happening. I love this. Okay, font activation successful. So I've got my Mason serif. Let's get like a handwriting font. Let's get like a handwritten font. So I have Halloween selected. I think they have a handwritten thing that I can, well, there's like a cursive, there's a calligraphic, let's see, rounded, marker, stencil. Let's just look, I thought I saw one on the first page that looked kind of interesting. I don't know, yeah, let's do this one. I don't know if it'll all look nice together, but I'm just kind of grabbing some interesting ones because we're going to be doing a lot of different kinds of projects for this, and I want to make sure I have like kind of a cool array of different things to use for different reasons. So I got Banshee and I got Mason Serif. So I'm gonna page this down and I'm gonna come over here and I am going to write, let's say, Banshee, and I'm gonna, yeah, there we go, Nanshi. I'm such a good speller. Let's write Banshee, and then I'm going to change this to Banshee, which it should be in here. Oh, Banshee. It might take a little while for it to load real quick. So I'm just going to put them for now, since I'm kind of doing that on the fly and it might need a little extra time. I'm just going to go ahead and write the titles in here, and then they should update in a little bit, and I will switch them to the fonts that I chose. But for now, I'm going to put them in here and you guys can see how pretty darn easily you can go in and find a nice looking font that you like. I'm going to write Mason Serif here. And that is good enough for me. And like I said, I'll change them to the proper fonts in a little bit. But now what I'm going to do is we're going to jump in and we're going to look for some colors for this project. So we're going to go to colors.adobe.com and I'm going to talk a little bit about colors. So I'm going to bring my color thing over here. So one of the ways that I really like to use colors is not only just for finding really great color schemes, but also for understanding what colors people all over the world attribute to certain things. So what I mean by that is if you're gonna be participating in like the Monster Hunter, like monster challenge that I'm adding to this, the little theme that I'm adding to these challenges, then we can do something like type in the word creature and let's see what people all over the world think are creature colors. And this is kind of cool because it allows us not only to pick out colors that work very well together where otherwise we might have had some trouble doing so, but we can kind of understand the people who are going to be consuming our content, right? So let's type in creature and see what we come up with. These are cool. And they're also not colors that I would have thought would be attributed to creatures at all, to be perfectly honest. I was thinking I was just going to get stuff like this, like green and black and blue and red maybe, but these are really awesome. So these people have taken like these images of creatures and have sampled some pretty cool colors and then made them available. And I love being able to actually look at the images too and seeing not only the colors, not only a cool image, but like how the colors were actually used in the piece. Which is really awesome. So you guys can come in here and type in literally whatever you want and find some colors that work well for your project. I really kind of like this fish dude. I think that he is super cool. This is from Desar Yuthra, and it's a little fish man. He's got gills, he's got a little weapon, he's got a little like almost like a catfish whisker going on here, and he's ripped. He is so ripped and he's ready for a fight, and I think that that is super cool. So I'm just gonna add this to my library by simply clicking add to library, and then when I come into my Photoshop, it will actually be in my libraries in a super cool way. So if I come over here, back to my libraries, I open my libraries and I'm gonna go to my Adobe library And I should have, I think I should have, yeah. I actually clicked it one too many times, but I have one. So I've got my Fishman color scheme here, and this is really, really cool because I actually did not know that you could use colors in this way, and I'm going to show it off to you just in case you didn't know either. I'm going to bump myself back over here with the help of Stream Magic, so I'm not blocking my colors panel, and I'm going to make sure that in my layers I'm selected on colors because I'm going to add some colors to this. Now, anytime I used Adobe Colors, I was grabbing an image of the color palette and I was sampling the colors from that image, but you do not have to do that. If I hover over here, you'll notice that as I'm kind of hovering over each one of these colors, not only is it showing me that I'm highlighted on the Fishman series here, but as I hover over each one of these bars of color, can you see that that code is actually changing? So I'm actually hovering over individual colors here. It's not that it's just an image sitting in my library. And we can take that a step further I'm going to come over here and grab my my shape tool, and I am going to select, and watch my color picker there. Once I click this, it goes to that color, which is awesome. So then I can come over here and I can drag a circle like so, and I'm going to fill it with that color that I sampled, boom. And then I am going to actually duplicate this a few more times. So I'm gonna say Control J, and I'm gonna drag it, and I'm gonna make myself a nice little 5-part color palette here to use in my project with these Fishman colors, because who doesn't need the colors of a Fishman for their general design projects, right? Right, folks? I'm right, right? So let me grab these. I'm gonna bump them all over if I can. Oh, am I duplicating these? I hope not. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm gonna put them all in a group though. Maybe, possibly. Enter. There we go. I'm gonna group those. I'm gonna grab them and I'm just gonna center them, I think. And then I'm going to come over here to my libraries. I'm gonna select all of these that I have, and I am going to try and colorize them. So let me grab that color and go down into here, and let's grab this color. I'm gonna fill it with that. There we go. I'm gonna grab the next color. I'm gonna sample the next green. There we go. I'm gonna select this one. That's kind of doing it automatically for me. Come over here to the libraries, sample that color. And then for the last color, since it is like kind of a white color, I may have to put a border on it, but let's see. Yeah, let's do on this, let's add a little baby stroke with one of our colors from our palette, maybe actually this color, and I am going to turn that stroke down a little bit because we don't want it so crazy. We don't want it wild. That's fine. It's not really a specific, maybe we'll just put it on a 12 so that my eye doesn't twitch when I look at it. And there we go. So now I have a color palette. So I have like this light gray, a few greens, and a few purples that I really like. So we have our colors in place. How much time do we have? Oh, just enough time. Okay, perfect. So we've gone to Adobe Fonts. We've gone to Adobe Color. Let's see if my actually if my fonts have updated real quick. I am putting a lot of stress on my system because I'm broadcasting right now, so that may be why it has not updated, but we can check right quick. Let me grab my my proper layer in my fonts artboard, and then I'm going to just go to Banshee. If I spell Banshee right, yeah, there we go, Banshee, boom. So we got Banshee. I'm gonna do the Mason Serif. Ooh, there's a bold. Ooh. So now I have my fonts in there. It's looking great. I don't know that they work well together. I might even choose some other ones, but I did want to choose some interesting things for the sake of doing this live on the stream. I probably, honestly, even though I love Montserrat, I'll probably use Mason Serif as a throwback to my favorite video game of all time, which is Diablo 2. So the last thing we're going to do is we are going to grab some images. And I'm going to hide this right here, the little challenge info. And we're going to go to Adobe Stock. And the reason why we're going to Adobe Stock is because you can get free images from Adobe Stock now. Now, in the past, I'm sure you folks who have done my classes before have wondered, why do I not get some of those textures that you use, Val? Or you may have noticed that I stopped using certain kinds of textures and certain kinds of images. And that is because if I license something through Adobe Stock, I can't actually give it to you because unless you download it and license it yourself, the person who created that content is not actually getting paid for somebody licensing that if I just distribute it to you after I download it. So I can only use it for my own product, and I can share with you the codes for those images, but I can't actually license it to you. Now we can come in here from the drop down menu and select free on stock.adobe.com, and we can search for free assets, which is really, really awesome. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in something like detective. Let's do that. And we can scroll through here and see what kind of images we get. I actually instantly kind of like this image and this image because it's kind of a cool mood setter. I might edit the image a little bit to make it a little more dark and sinister, but this kind of looks like, you know, like a lady monster hunter who is like reviewing her archives and things. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna license that one because that one is free. And then another thing I might do is I can do like a dark, or we can just type in like forest. Let's see what we get with forest. That's pretty cool. I actually really like this image. And again, I might like edit it to make it look a little more sinister, but I kind of like this. This one is really, really cool, actually. So I may license this as well. And I might actually license the mountains too. And then how much time do I have? I have a few more minutes, so I am also going to look for a picture of a city because some of these Monster Hunter images and projects we're going to be creating during these 2 weeks take place in the city, and some of them take place in a forest. So I kind of want some inspiration for both of those places. So let's go to city. And see what they have for us. Let's see. That's kind of cool. I kind of like this one though. This one's kind of cool because this one kind of says, you know, there's a city here, but like I like this like spooky kind of bridge because maybe there's something creepy lurking in the water below the bridge. Maybe that's its hideout or something. So that kind of gives me a little inspiration, and I am going to go ahead and license that one as well. Then I'm going to bring them into my my file. So whenever you license something from Adobe Stock, it will put it into your libraries. And it will also allow you to download a version. Now, because let me see if it has updated already. Oh yeah, it has. Boom, there we go. So I am actually going to just drag the images over, throw it in my images here. Boom, I'm gonna put that one there. Here's my bridge. It's really, really quick. I'm very surprised. And it's very convenient because especially when you are like working and you are like on the go for real, and trying to get a project done, as soon as you license something, it's yours and it's ready to go. So let's see, I've got like a lot of different things licensed in here for a lot of different reasons. Here's my forest. There we go. There's my forest image. And I hate to make these so small, but that's okay. I'm gonna kind of noodle around with my image board pictures soon. And then there was one more, I think. Oh, the snow-capped mountains. Okay, boom. Got my snow-capped mountains. Okay, so now I have some cool images in my image board. And I think honestly that's kind of all I need. I obviously am going to spend some more time kind of going through my colors and maybe adding some more images and grabbing some more fonts, but I just wanted to make sure that we made a mood board together so you folks can not only see how I do it, but also where I go to get items, because I know that that is one of the things kind of in huge Anita Blake and Mercy Thompson fan. Me too! Oh no, oh man, also a big Kim Harrison fan. So Leslie, we are two peas in a pod. I think we just became best friends. This is perfect. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you folks knew where you could find some really fabulous items, because that is a common question that is asked whenever I do a mood board challenge, and that is, how do I find pictures like the ones that you're using that are high quality and high definition and work really well? There are some places where you can get them for free, very easily accessible, and kind of connected right into your Creative Cloud. I hope all of you have enjoyed this. I can't wait to see what you come up with for your mood boards. And tomorrow we're going to jump into some more of our projects and really get going on these Monster Hunter challenges. So I hope you folks have a fabulous rest of your day. I also, no, it's fine, Sig. It's totally fine. I hope you guys stay tuned. Also for the other designers who are on, and have a wonderful time designing. I will see you folks tomorrow morning. Adios, everybody.